Thanks for joining us today. I'm Akaite Afia here in Lagos. Italy's ambassador to the Democratic Republic of Congo, Luca Attanasio, has been killed in an attack north of the city of Goma in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The incident happened at 10:15 local time today, and it is still not clear who was behind the attack. But armed groups are known to operate in and around Virunga National Park, where it occurred. The 43-year-old had been traveling in a UN convoy when it came under fire. The government, on the other hand, believes the attack was an attempted kidnapping. Ambassador Attanasio's body is believed to have been taken to a field hospital in Goma. He was not the only one killed, so was 30-year-old Italian military policeman Vittorio Lacovacci and Congolese driver whose name has not yet been released. But all three have been confirmed dead by the Italian government. Italy's Foreign Minister Luigi Di Maio has expressed great dismay and immense sorrow at the killing, saying no effort will be spared to shed light on what happened. Militias also clash regularly in the east of the country, where a large UN force is struggling to keep the peace. Mr. Attanasio had represented Italy in the DR Congo since 2017. He joined the diplomatic service in 2003 and spent time in Morocco and Nigeria. Let's talk to former permanent secretary at the Nigerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Joe Keshi. He joins us now from Abuja. Welcome to the program, Ambassador. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me today.
So tell us, what do you make of Ambassador Attanasio's killing and the impact that this could have on Italy-DRC relations?
First, my condolences to the Italian government and indeed to the family of the slain Envoy. It is not yet clear exactly what happened, but this is some of the dangers that diplomats face in crises in countries that are relatively unstable. And I think with this, people can appreciate why some of the advanced countries or countries all over the world occasionally issue, travel advice, to their envoys not to leave the capital, to stay in the capital, which is relatively safer than traveling into the interior of the countries, So again, our condolences to the family and to the government of Italy. But the truth remains that this is some of the dangers that diplomats face in the course of their duty.
Well, it does really shine a light on the vulnerability and risk involved with posting foreign diplomats to volatile areas. You've served in such areas, so what is the usual strategy and protocol for being in such situations, even though in this case, the insecurity in the DRC is well known?
Well, it depends. It depends on where you are and the nature of the crisis, itself. This is where you have bandits and a bunch of rebellious characters roaming around that area where the ambassador was killed. In some parts of the world where diplomats do serve, it's a total war. So nations have strategies and plans to pull out their diplomats if the dangers increase. But where the dangers are not as apparent as this, this is not a civil war. The country has been relatively peaceful. I think the ambassador was in the course of his normal duty, traveling with the UN, God knows to where now. We've not been told exactly what they were going to do. But the truth is that it is part of the dangers that diplomats face. I've had the occasion to serve in two war areas, Ethiopia and in Sierra Leone. In the case of Sierra Leone, we woke up one morning and we were refugees on the American boats. A ship. We were saved by the Americans. So it's not unusual. So when people complain that diplomats spend their time drinking champagne and tea, they should also realize that diplomats are vulnerable, that they do die in the course of their, serving their countries.
Well, is there any reason that you think the Italian ambassador could have been targeted in this attack?
No, until the details are not yet very clear, and nobody seems to have a clear idea of what exactly happened. The best, we have right now are speculations. Either it was a kidnapping attack that went wrong, or it was some operations, being carried out by the, by the attackers around the region. But one thing is very clear: this is an area that is very volatile. This is an area in which you have various groups operating, against the legitimate government of the DRC. So in situations like this, anything is possible. And looking at your pictures, I believe that these are the pictures from that part of the country. You could see how very well armed UN observers are. It just shows you the danger in some of these things. So until we are very clear as to exactly the motive, it's difficult to actually speculate accurately what happened. But certainly, in my mind, I think it's probably a case of probably kidnapping that went wrong, because it would have been lucrative for the kidnappers if they have taken him as a hostage and taken any of the UN envoys, UN troops, member troops as hostage. And then they will negotiate and probably make some good money. So it's possible, until we are very clear and until we have a clear-cut idea of what happened, we can only live with speculations.
Yes, well, we will be keeping an eye on the situation there to see how it does play out. But thanks again, Ambassador Keshi, for joining us today.